All right, welcome to another deep dive, everybody. Today we're going a little exotic, maybe. I don't know about you, but I'm excited.
Sounds fun. Where are we headed?
Well, we're going to be focusing on the Blue Chevaliers International Open Chess Tournament. So get ready to trade in your swim trunks for some serious chess strategy because we're going deep into the heart of competitive chess in Phuket, Thailand.
Phuket. Wow. That's a pretty amazing location for a chess tournament. You don't often associate beaches and intense mental battles, but hey, I'm here for it.
Exactly. And that's just one of the things that makes this tournament so fascinating, right? It's an incredible setting. I mean, it's Phuket. But beyond that, we've got some fantastic sources to work with today. We've got the results from the 2024 tournament, full of exciting wins and upsets, and a really detailed overview of what they've got planned for the 2025.
Oh, that's awesome. So we get to see what happened last year and then look ahead at what's coming up. That's a cool perspective.
Absolutely. Our mission today is to uncover what makes this particular tournament so special and what insights we can get from both those 2024 results and the plans for the 2025 event. We're talking about the level of competition, the organization, the players, all of it.
Okay, I'm ready to dive in. What stood out to you from the 2024 tournament results?
Well, first off, I've got to say the winner of the Open Championship was super impressive. We're talking about IM Oleg Badmatsyrenov, and he just dominated with the score of 8 out of 9.
8 out of 9. Wow, that's a commanding victory. Does it say anything about his games in the source material?
Yeah, it sounds like he just consistently outplayed his opponents. But you know what I found really interesting?
Okay.
The second place finisher, Brazilian FM Hugo de Melo Lux, was actually the only undefeated player in the whole tournament. He finished with 7.5 out of 9.
Oh, wow. So even though he didn't win, he didn't lose a single game. That's going to be a little frustrating. Oh.
You would think, right. But the report actually mentions something about Bami's reservations regarding the courage of his knights. I guess that's the tournament organizer, Bami.
Maybe. Sounds like a colorful character, though.
He does, right. And it just adds this human element to these super strategic games. Like, even at the highest level, there's a sense of personality and maybe even a bit of humor coming through.
I like that. It makes it more relatable.
Oh, yeah.
Not just numbers and rankings.
Exactly. So, moving on to the third place in the Open Championship, we had Thailand's own IM Prin Laohawirapap, and it sounds like it was a super close fight for that bronze medal.
Oh, how so?
Well, he edged out GM Gombasuren Munkakal and IM Ravi Teja, who was actually the top seed based on tiebreakers.
Wow, tiebreakers. That means those top players were all really closely matched.
Seriously close. It just goes to show the incredibly high level of competition at this tournament.
Okay, so that's the Open. What about the female championship?
Yeah, so the female championship was won by WFM Banmonk Aminur Dean from Mongolia. She was up against Jarunpol Sajaporntha from Thailand in the final.
Sounds like a tough matchup.
It definitely was. The report mentions it was a nail-biter of a game. And then we had Indian WFM NLV Anusha, who also had a strong showing, and the defending champion, WCM Jia Tiantu. She took the bronze medal, actually.
Back-to-back bronze medals.
Yeah,
That's impressive consistency.
definitely. Now, let's talk about the junior championship. Gold went to a young Chinese player, Yu Shi.
China, huh? They've been making a big impact in chess recently.
Yeah, they really have. The report even mentioned how there's this wave of young, skilled players coming out of China and participating in these international open tournaments in the region.
Wow, that's exciting. Who knows, maybe we're seeing the future world champion in the making.
Right. It's wild to think about. In second place, we had Sonenbayer Tuguldor representing Mongolia, and then in third, another local player, Ian Hong from Thailand. So good mix of countries in those top spots.
Definitely. It's always great to see homegrown talent doing well on an international stage.
Absolutely. And for the senior championship, the winner was FM Coco On.
Okay, so that's the open, female, junior, and senior categories. Is there anything else in those 2024 results?
Yeah, they also list the medal winners for different rating groups. So for Group A, Sonenbayer Tuguldor, who also got silver in the juniors, took gold there. Then Ian Hong and Nikolai Gutsuliak from Russia.
Oh, interesting. Lots of familiar names popping up.
For sure. And then in Group B, the medals went to 3 Chinese players, Haxun Zhang, Aradia Bolasuyog, and Jin Renyushu.
A Chinese sweep for Group B. And what about Group C?
Group C was Zolbayar Unimunk from Mongolia, Ayan Aurora from India, and Danary Romualdez from the Philippines.
So it looks like we're seeing players from all over the world competing here.
Totally. And the Federation statistics actually back that up. There were 125 players in the 2024 tournament, representing 26 different federations.
26. That's a lot of countries for one tournament.
Right. And you can see the global appeal. India had the most players with 13, then China with 10, and the host nation, Thailand, with 9.
You see, they also mentioned players from Australia, Brazil, Canada, England, even a 50E delegation. Pretty impressive reach.
It really is. And this wasn't just a casual tournament either. We're talking about some serious competition.
How so?
Well, the title statistics show there were 16 titled players in the 2024 tournament.
16. That's pretty significant.
Right. We had 1 GM, 3 IMs, 7 FMs, 2 WFMs, 2 CMs, and a WCM. It really adds to the prestige of the event, you know?
Absolutely. It attracts a higher level of competition for sure. So that's the 2024 tournament. What about 2025? What are they planning?
Well, first off, they're sticking with the same fantastic location, the Novotel Phuket Resort on Patong Beach. And it's happening from July 13th to the 19th.
Nice. So still a beachside chess battle.
Exactly. But one thing that's changing is the capacity. They've got an extra playing room this time, so they can accommodate up to 160 players.
Wow. So a bigger tournament this year. I guess they were expecting more interest.
Yeah, it seems like it. They even mentioned in the source material that some players were disappointed they couldn't get in last year because it was full.
I see. So they're expanding to meet the demand. That makes sense. And what about the prize money? Any changes there?
Actually, yeah, they've increased the prize money for the Open by a quarter, so it's now 310,000 baht. Plus, they've added more prizes in both the Open and female championships.
Oh, wow. 25% increase. That's a big jump.
Yeah,
They're really putting their money where their mouth is, huh? Trying to attract a higher level of competition.
it seems that way. They're also introducing something new this year called Bami's Blitz.
Bami's Blitz, that sounds intense.
Right. It's a 9-round blitz tournament with a 5-minute plus 2-second increment time control and its own separate prize fund.
So, even faster than the main event. Blitz is always fun to watch, though. It's so fast-paced.
For sure. And even unrated players with the FED ID can enter the blitz.
Nice. So you don't have to be a titled player to get in on the action.
Exactly. Now, as for the main tournament format, it's still a 9-round Swiss system over 7 days with a 90-minute plus 30-second increment time control.
Standard for a serious FIE-rated tournament. Lots of time to think and strategize.
Yeah, and they really emphasize the playing conditions, Modern, carpeted playing rooms, air-conditioned, most boards on dedicated tables, all the things you need to really focus on your game.
Makes sense. Comfort and focus are crucial for those long games. So who can actually participate? Any specific requirements?
Well, it's open to all nationalities as long as you have a FIE ID and a minimum ELO rating of 1400. But there's a catch.
A catch? What's that?
Well, for those just above 1400, they have to maintain that rating on the list that comes out on July 1st, 2025.
Oh, I see. So no last-minute rating drops to sneak into a lower category.
Exactly. They also have a specific rule for players under 20. They need to have played in at least 2 standard time-controlled tournaments open to both juniors and adults outside their home country before July 1st, 2025.
Okay, so trying to ensure that the younger players have some solid experience under their belt.
Yep. But there are exceptions, of course. Thai nationals, players who've been permanent residents of Thailand for over a year, and anyone who played in the Blue Chevaliers Open in 2022, 2023, or 2024 are exempt from that under-20 rule.
So basically, if you're local or you've already played in the tournament before, you're good to go.
Pretty much. And it's good that they're trying to encourage local and returning players while still maintaining a level playing field. Oh, and one more thing about entries. They do mention that they reserve the right to decline any entry at their discretion.
I see. So there's a bit of a screening process, probably just to make sure everything runs smoothly.
I'd imagine so. Now, for those staying at the resort, it sounds like they've got some pretty sweet perks.
Like what?
Well, there's a tuk-tuk shuttle to take players from the hillside rooms to the playing room because apparently it's quite a steep walk.
Uh-huh. Well, that makes sense. Don't want players tiring themselves out before the games even start.
Exactly. And there are discounted rates for players booking directly with the resort, but you have to do it by June 20th. They even list the prices for different room types: superior, deluxe sea view, deluxe pool access. deluxe family rooms.
Nice. So options for different budgets, always good to have choices.
Yeah.
And it's a good reminder to book early if you want to take advantage of those discounts.
Definitely. Oh, and players also get a 15% discount on spa treatments, food, and non-alcoholic drinks at the resort.
Oh, wow. That's a nice bonus.
Yeah.
Get a massage after a tough game.
Right. It's all part of the experience. So the tournament kicks off on Sunday, July 13th, with the first round in the afternoon.
Okay. And how many rounds are there total?
9 rounds in total. They generally have 2 rounds on Monday and Thursday and single rounds on the other days. The final round is on Saturday, July 19th, followed by the prize giving at 3 p.m.
So a full week of chess. Intense.
It is. Oh, and one thing to note, draw offers can be made at any time during a game.
Good to know. Now, what about the entry fees? How much does it cost to enter?
Well, it depends on your rating. If you're 2,000 or above, it's 3,500 baht. Below 2,000, it's 4,500 baht.
Okay. And is there anyone who gets in for free?
Yeah, there's actually a whole list. Players rated 2,400 or higher, female players rated 2,300 or higher, all GMs and WGMs, the 2024 champions, members of the Thailand Olympiad teams, and the 2025 Thailand national champions.
Wow, that's a lot of exemptions. Really trying to attract the top players.
For sure. Oh, and there's a 500 baht surcharge for late entries after June 20th, and they have a clear cancellation policy if you need to pull out.
Good to know. And what about accommodation for those top players? Anything special there?
Yeah, actually, for grandmasters rated 2,450 or higher, they have a special offer.
What kind of offer?
They can get a discounted rate at the Novotel, possibly in deluxe sea view room for only 2,000 baht a night. And they can even share the room to bring the cost down to 1,000 baht per person.
Nice. So basically they're making it super affordable for the top GMs to come and play.
Yep. It's limited to 5 rooms, though, so you gotta be quick. And if a GM doesn't qualify for this offer, they still get free entry to the tournament.
So either way, it's a good deal for those top players.
Definitely. Now, how do you actually enter?
Let me guess. A super complicated process with tons of forms.
Aha, not really. It's actually pretty straightforward. First, you email Peter Frost, that's the main organizer, and let him know you want to enter. You give him your name, FIDE ID, and date of birth.
Okay, simple enough. And what's next?
If you're based in Thailand, you make a bank transfer. If you're coming from overseas, you confirm your entry with your flight booking and pay in cash when you arrive.
Makes sense. So they're flexible with the payment option.
They are. But the deadline for registration is July 11th, and you have to register in person on the morning of July 13th.
So don't be late.
For sure. And one last thing about entries, they're really strict about fair play.
Oh yeah, that's important in chess.
Yeah.
What kind of rules do they have?
Well, no mobile phones at the board, obviously. That's an immediate forfeit. And you could even get banned from the tournament. They'll confiscate any digital watches, and they do random electronic device scanning. They even mention that they reserve the right to use images of players taken during the event for promotional purposes.
Wow, they're not messing around.
Nope. They even say they can ask you to empty your pockets if they suspect you have a phone.
I guess they've had problems with cheating in the past.
Maybe. It's just good to know that they're taking it seriously, right? Makes the competition fairer for everyone.
Absolutely. So, now that we've talked about entering and the rules, let's get to the good stuff, the prizes.
Okay, so for the Open, the winner gets 55,000 baht. Then the prizes go down to 12th place.
55,000 baht? That's pretty decent.
It is. And for the female championship, first place is 20,000 baht, and prizes go down to 7th place. They even mention that they'll cover the 5% tax withholding for foreign nationals.
Oh, that's good. No hidden deductions. And they guarantee all the prizes, regardless of how many people enter.
Yep. So even if there are fewer players than expected, you'll still get the full amount if you win.
That's a good guarantee to have. And they also have sectional prizes, right?
Yeah. After the top 18 seeds, they divide the rest of the players into 3 sections based on rating, and the top 3 in each section get cash prizes. But you can only win 1 cash prize, and there's a hierarchy in case you're eligible for multiple categories.
So everyone has a chance to win something.
Exactly. And it's not all about the money either. There are trophies and medals for the champions and top 3 in each category.
Of course.
Yeah.
Got to have some shiny hardware to show off.
For sure. Now, if you have to miss a game for some reason, you can request not to be paired beforehand. But once the pairings are made, you're expected to show up. If you're more than an hour late, you forfeit the game.
Okay, strict but fair.
Yep. And if you forfeit multiple games without a good reason, you could get kicked out of the tournament and even have trouble entering in the future.
Makes sense. They want people to take it seriously.
Exactly. Now, where can people find more information about the tournament?
Well, they have a Facebook page, Blue Chevaliers chess tournament.
Right, that's the main source for updates, photos, videos, all that good stuff. And they'll announce important information in person before each round. Plus, the chessresults.com page will have the entries and the game results as the tournament progresses.
Lots of ways to stay updated. And I noticed they also include a list of past champions.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. From 2022, 2023, and 2024, gives you a sense of the tournament's history.
Definitely. And what about appeals? What if there's a dispute during a game?
They have an appeals committee, but the details will be announced at the tournament. You have 10 minutes after the last game of the round to lodge an appeal, and there's a $2,000 deposit.
Okay, so there's a process in place.
Yep. They also mention that spectators are welcome, but they can only be in the playing room for the first 5 minutes of each round, and masks are optional for players.
Good to know. And what about the dress code? Anything specific mentioned?
Just that you should dress appropriately out of respect for Thai culture and the resort environment.
Makes sense. And if you have any specific questions, you can email peter.frost3@yahoo.com.au.
That's right. They also thank a few organizations for supporting the tournament. It's interesting to see who's involved.
Yeah, who are the main organizers?
Well, the Blue Chevaliers are a group of foreign chess players based in Southeast Asia. They focus on standard time controls and encouraging more women to play chess.
That's great. Promoting chess in the region.
Yeah, and they even have an online newsletter called Tiger Chess. Then their main partner is the Red Knight Chess Club in Bangkok. They've produced a lot of young Thai champions, and they even have a chess cafe.
Wow, a chess cafe. That's awesome.
Right. It's called the Red Knight Chess Cafe. You can find it on their website. And the flyer ends with a nice message from the organizers saying how excited they are for the tournament and inviting everyone to join.
Sounds like it's going to be a fantastic event. So, what are the main takeaways from all this information?
Well, it's clear that the Blue Chevaliers International Open is a pretty big deal in Southeast Asian chess. It's got this unique combination of high-level competition, a stunning location, and some really attractive prizes. And they're clearly committed to growing the tournament and making it even bigger and better.
It's amazing to see how much work goes into organizing something like this, right? From the smallest details like tuk-tuk service to the big decisions about prize money and player eligibility.
Absolutely. It really highlights the passion and dedication of the organizers and the global appeal of chess itself. For anyone listening, this deep dive has given you a real insider look at how these international tournaments work. It's more than just playing chess. It's about creating this whole experience for the players.
And it makes you think about other things in life, right? Like, what other seemingly simple activities might actually involve this much planning and dedication behind the scenes?
Exactly. It could be anything from organizing a music festival to running a marathon. There's always more to it than meets the eye. Maybe that's something for our listeners to ponder. What's something you're interested in that you could deep dive into and uncover all those hidden complexities?
That's a great final thought. There's always something new to learn and explore.
All right. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Blue Chevaliers International Open. Until next time.
See you then.
Bye.